Hey everyone, it's your boy Philip again, coming to you with another Portland Timber video. This time they were playing the LA Galaxies. Remember, if you like the video, subscribe, like it, leave comments, follow me on Instagram. I'll leave the description in the comments below so that you can follow me there. Plus, I want to give a big shout out to CJ McCullough. Hey, congratulations on Game 1 win. He is also a huge Portland Timber fan, so definitely follow him on his Instagram page. Today we're going to be talking about the good, the bad, and the horrifically ugly about the game against LA Galaxy. I'm also going to talk to you about some of the starting lineups and some of the future lineup changes that I'm projecting to see. First of all, Portland came out with a different formation than what they're used to. It was called a false nine. Basically what a false nine is you have two wingers up on your sides, also known as forwards, strikers, but they'd be on the left and the right side. That was Abobasi and Asprilla. You had Valeri that was dropped back into more like a center field position. Basically, he's going to be the playmaker. And then you had Chara that was also following up. Chara was just all over the field. So, I mean, to say he was at one particular position is not exactly true. But we're going to break down some of the some of the early action and all the rest of the action that happened in the game. It started out pretty early that Asprilla had a great look at a header, just didn't quite get on there. Valeri, he got an early goal, but was definitely offsides. The whole first half, I mean, LA controlled the ball for about the first 30 minutes of the game, and Portland was just countering everything. They had all the looks, they had everything. Chicharito was a non-factor in the game. Pretty happy to see that. But yeah, the entire game, Chicharito, I mean, you barely even heard his name. It's like he only got a few touches in the entire first half, which is extremely good. That means that our defense was locking him down. And like I've said on other videos, Tuiloma and Zuberic are playing amazing together. Even when Menabila comes back off of from his injury, I don't think Tuiloma is going to come out of that starting position. He's just way too good right now with Zuberic in the back half at center backs. And of course, Van Rankin was playing amazing as always, pushing the action. The same with Bravo. And then you had Eric Williams following it up on as the center defensive back. I think Chara was starting back as defensive back, but again, he just plays all over the field. So to say he's at one specific position is not quite right. So Portland had a lot of good looks in the first half. Nothing was really going for him the first 30 minutes. LA had a couple scoring tries, but nothing really. Which brings me to Kettner. Even when Steve Clark comes back, and he should be back sometime next month, I personally wouldn't pull Kettner out of the box. He's playing way too well. I would have Clark as the backup, but no more than that. Like I said, why, if it's not broke, why are you trying to fix it? So basically nothing really happened up until Abobasi went and had a 1v1 with the keeper. He had a really good look, but man, LA's keeper was on point. Bond, he really played really well. He had a ton of saves. In fact, I think he leads MLS in saves. It probably still leading, because I mean Portland was just taking shot after him, and he was saving them. But the big thing that happened was towards the end of the first half, Andy Polo had the ball, and Derek Williams, the center back for LA, went crashing into him. It wasn't intentional, but it was just an absolute brutal hit. That was the ugliest part of the entire game. Polo's knee bent in a way that it shouldn't have. He hobbled off the field, and they ended up putting him into a wheelchair, wheeling him back to the locker room, which gave Portland a 10-man advantage. I guess the bad of the game, there are two bad points. The first one was just a really slow first 30 minutes. So after Polo came out, they substituted Mora in for him, and they pulled out Asprilla, who I didn't think was doing bad at all, but they put in Loria. So I'm not sure how that substitution is going to be going on for the entire year. They both play incredibly well, but they have completely different games. So I'm just not sure on how the future looks for both of those guys. But right after they got the substitution, they basically restarted the last few minutes of the game. And Mora had just an absolutely beautiful header from Van Rankin. It sailed in perfectly. Portland had a couple more opportunities before the end of the first half, but nothing really happened. They came out in the second half, and they were just as aggressive as they were in the first. Of course, they had they actually knew what they could do with LA being one man down and only having 10 men versus 11. So they really took advantage of it. Valeri, he went and had a couple shots that were all saved. Mora had a second goal, and he had a chance for a third one. If he would have got his third goal, he would have been the first Portland Timber player to ever get a hat trick. Portland does not have a hat trick. A hat trick is 3 goals in one game. There was a foul. It was a foul inside the box, but it was a softer foul. I will give it to him on that one. And Valeri took the PK. Personally, I would have given it to Mora, which I said is the other bad of the game, to let him get it, but I get where Valeri's coming from. After the Seattle game, when he pooched 2 goals or 2 PKs, yeah, that not really great for him. And basically the entire second half, Portland was just on the attack, just relentlessly, up until about the last 15 minutes of the game. Personally, I think Gio left in Valeri too long. He ended up getting a soccer ball off the face. At that point in time, I would have just been like, you know what? We're up 3-0. They're down a man. Let's just make this up. But he waited like another probably 10 minutes before he pulled the trigger on that. Valeri's not getting any younger, and any mileage that we can save on his legs now when he doesn't need them will help us later on in the league when we start getting one game every 3 days. Soon we're going to be hitting that 3-week break to hopefully we can get our players back and healthy. So all in all, yeah, good win, decisive win, statement win. And coming up, like I said, we have a great lineup coming up. We're getting people coming back off injuries. Diego Chara's coming back. Manabila's coming back. Steve Clark's coming back. I don't see Polo coming back. I'm going to be honest. I've had injuries, and I've seen enough injuries. He came out on crutches and a knee brace. It's not looking good for Andy Polo for the rest of the year. I would be surprised if he were back in and playing this year. Again, if you guys have any questions, hit me up on Instagram, leave comments, like, follow. It's a small thing for you, but it's a big thing for me. Let's get our channel to grow. And next time that I drop a video, I'm going to have a song to kind of go with Timber, the Portland Timber Army. So I hope you guys like what I'm doing. If you do, like I said, share it, like it, love it. And like always, Portland Timber for life.